The boy secretly swallowed the hair tie of the girl sitting in front of him. The next moment, the girl was pulled into his mental world. And astonishingly, everything he did to her inside that imagined space genuinely felt real to her in the physical world. That was when the boy realized that if he ate something that belonged to someone, he could drag that person into his imagination and control what they felt. That night, while he was riding home by bike, a group of bullies, led by the class troublemaker, chased them in a car. At first, they only wanted to scare him, but the driver lost control and the car hit the boy, knocking him to the ground and then running over him again. They thought the boy was dead, but when they approached, it wasn't the boy lying motionless. It was their own driver slumped at the wheel. Somehow, the injury that was supposed to have struck the boy had instead struck the perpetrator. The boy crawled out of the wreckage unhurt. The other bullies panicked and fled. The next day, the three who remained met in secret and blamed the boy for their friend's death. They planned revenge. This time, their target was his mother. While the boy was away from home, they chained the house's foundation and yanked it with their car until the building was ripped from its base. What they didn't anticipate was that the gas line would rupture. His trapped mother couldn't get out. The house exploded and burned fiercely. By the time the boy arrived, it was too late. He pulled his mother's charred body from the wreckage. She was dead. Devastated, he buried her. On the ride home with the police, an officer inadvertently mentioned that the fire might not have been an accident. At that moment, the bullies drove past, laughing and taunting him, utterly unafraid of any consequence. The boy knew, right then, that they had killed his mother. He climbed out of the car. He no longer cared about justice. All he wanted was revenge. That day, the bullies were hanging out by the lake. The boy stalked them quietly. When they were careless, he slipped away, stole a piece of clothing from one of them, and ate it. Then he took a rope and began to strangle himself with it. In the distance, one of the boys suddenly convulsed and fell into the water as if something invisible were dragging him down. The boy tightened the noose around his own neck. Another boy writhed, and then suddenly went still. The two remaining didn't understand what had just happened, but this was only the beginning. The boy would not stop until they all paid. The next day, during science class in the experimental lab attended by the bullies, Kelly entered the classroom enraged, ready to take revenge on his second target.